The main aspect which stands out most on my poster is the main still image situated right in the middle of the layout. The image introduces the main character to the audience, and the use of mise-en-scène aspects represents the connotations of school-teacher theme. For instance, his white shirt and a watch. Mark looks unhappy and fed up, which links with the ideology of not being fulfilled within a career. In Mark's case, it's teaching. Throughout my ancillary tasks, I've used the concept of brand identity by using the same logo of the school reunion title, which is featured on a banner, on my poster, and within my film review. This gives the short film a sense of identity and makes it easily recognisable when you see the logo. My poster also features additional distribution information such as a release date, who the production company is, and who produced, directed and wrote the short film. This gives the audience some additional information to accompany their initial interest. In my magazine review, again, there is a sense of identity as I have used the same banner stating the title in both ancillary texts. I have also used the same font and colour scheme with my poster and film review. My film review shows the same image featured on my poster, along with two others of different characters in the film. This introduces new and different characters to the reading audience, which gives them more of an insight into the short film. The layout of the review pays homage to Empire magazine, giving it a professional look with key information about the film, such as plot, director and running time. This makes the combination of my ancillary texts effective because they're both closely linked with style and format.
My poster introduces the main character and shows you what his occupation is, a teacher. Due to the mise-en-scène aspects such as the costume of a white shirt and the setup of a classroom in which he is equipped with a paper and pen. On top of the main image is a faint overlay of words which connotate schools and emotions. This shows the theme of the film and accompanies the ideologies of not always feeling as though you're in the right occupation. By having the overlay of words, it gives a bit of depth to the poster and makes it more interesting than by just having a set-up image of the main character in the classroom, and makes it more effective by foreshadowing what the message of the film could be. Some additional information is added, such as release date and some information about who is involved with the production of the film, along with the names of some characters within the film. Because of the many characters featured in our short film, I have used a different image of a character in my magazine review than I did for my short film poster. This is effective because the audience gets to see a range of characters in which they can relate to. The actual image I've used is effective due to its size, which is the convention that Empire use. I have also included a colour theme of different shades of blue. My review is professional looking and portrays the layout of Empire. Both my magazine and poster give the audience the key information about our short film.
My poster introduces the main character Mark and shows emotions which may be featured within the film from the way in which Mark's head is positioned in his hand, looking fed up and unhappy. The still image of Mark is featured in the centre, so shows that he's the main focus and his life, feelings and emotions are at the forefront of the film. The positioning of Mark shows a theme within the film in that there always seems to be an ideology of having to do well in school or college, and you have to know what you want to do with your career. Featured on my film poster is a tagline of "The best years have gone," which emphasises a bittersweet feel that the film produces. The well-known saying of school being the best years of your life is incorporated within the film. But because the main character is now out of school and seemingly not happy with his life, the use of the tagline influences the audience's feelings of what the short film is going to be like. Additional information, such as who was involved in the production of School Reunion, is featured at the bottom, which may add to people's initial interest. I have used red throughout my magazine review to make it effective, as this colour is bright and catches the eye of the audience. I've also used red throughout my film poster, which makes it a unifying link, a common concept, and even makes it a brand identity. This makes the combination of my ancillary texts effective because they are recognised as eye-catching and interesting. My magazine review is very informative, telling the audience everything they would need or want to know, as well as holding the style of Empire magazine. This makes my ancillary tasks effective because they both hold typical conventions of magazine reviews and film posters. Because the ancillary tasks are so relatable to the audience, this makes them feel much more involved, which then, in turn, makes the combination of ancillary tasks much more effective as it involves the audience.
In order for short films to be successful, they need advertising of a good standard. Brand identity is an effective tool to help the marketing of a feature-length film.
However, it is more important to short films as they are not able to distribute as much due to a lack of budget.
Thus, the combination of our short film and ancillary texts are successful and effective. Right, so our questions are: do you think our transition from the school reunion to the classroom is effective and represents a change in time clearly?
Did you get the question?
To construct our short film, we used Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is a video editing software from the Adobe Premiere Suite. We found that the software was easier to use compared to Final Cut Pro, which we were initially familiar with. We used Premiere Pro to capture all our audio and visuals that we filmed to create our short film sequence so that it matched with our script and narrative. Premiere Pro provides you with a timeline where you see all your audio and visual clips after you sequence them together, a preview window which shows you each individual clip that you can edit, a project bin area where all our work is, in which we categorised our clips into scenes within our film to make it more organised, and we also renamed each clip appropriately so it's easier to find. And finally, it features a sequenced window where you view everything that you've put together. Overall, we found Premiere Pro easy to use and we were happy with what we produced from the software.
We used cell text in pre-production to construct our script. It was quite simple and very useful. First of all, you just go on create there, and there's many different options you can use here, but the one we want is screenplay. So type in what you want. What it's called for ours, it's school reunion. Because I've used that, I'll just put school reunion one. So if you just go into that, then first of all make sure it's on scene heading, then put in your scene heading. For example, on here it will be school reunion. Then you can use example action again, then just say Mark walks. And if you want to use some dialogue again, you can then use Mark, just say right. And so all of this, it gives you lots of different options. You can use transition, shots, text, with little shortcuts as well, just to give you all the options. So if we go into the one we actually used for our script, here loading. Alright, first of all we put exterior coverage because that's where it was, so we knew where the first scene was going to be shot. Example, you've got all your scenes down here, exterior, interior, so we know where they're all going to be. We've got a lot of dialogue here, got some action, the bold bits just to tell us change of scene, and all the bits here in brackets just tell us that it's a voiceover, so it's going to be in his head. So yeah, that's all of that really. It was really quick, really effective, the best way of doing the script really.
After Effects is an Adobe program used to produce digital motion graphics and visual effects. We use this to create our titles and evaluation stages. We felt that it was better to use After Effects than use the software available in Premiere Pro, as it allows the titles to have a higher quality and allows for more colours and effects. So, this is how you use After Effects. We click New Composition, OK. And then if you want to put text onto your After Effects, you click the T up here and type and then if you want to add a photo, you go File, Import, and simply select a file. And then you drag it along here. After Effects was tricky to get used to as of the difficult stages within it. For example, the timeline is different to Premiere Pro, so that was hard to get used to. However, once I knew how to use it, it was easy. For example, changing when you wanted things to come in, you just drag and also deleting and adding things was very simple when I knew how.